All right. Well, here we are. It's late. Huh? It's time to go home. Why are we here, like, again? So late at night?
I heard the CEO of our company, the Ultimate Geniuses, wants to talk to us before we go home.
I wonder what it could be about. Sounds interesting.
I don't know. Let's see. When is he coming? Is he coming anytime soon?
Hello, everyone.
Oh, there he is. Hi. How are
How's
you?
everyone doing?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. Okay, so
We're here.
I'm here to discuss the different impacts of the recession. How can we benefit from that? Okay, we have our basics, which are unemployment, inflation, and high interest rates. So possibly, then what else could we actually think of as a bit that could later turn into a business idea that would help us in the long run? Jessica, what would you think?
But you mean like impacts that will benefit us to eventually come up with a business plan? Or
With a business idea, exactly.
Uh-huh.
Something that we think we brainstorm, because as a group we can actually come up with better ideas
That's
together
That's true, right.
than if we do individually.
Right.
So let's go one by one and let's see our opinions. Jessica, let's start by you. What would you think
Well,
are
I
different
think,
impacts now?
like how you mentioned, interest rates have been really high recently,
Mhm.
but depending how long this recession can go, eventually they're going to have to come down. A lot of our clients have a lot less disposable income, so we need to take that into consideration. And having this accounting background makes me think we may have to analyze our business now. I mean, who knows, we might have to lay off some people and really try to get a grasp of what's going to happen to our profits.
Interesting. Yeah. But rather than just talking about the company and seeing how we do, but you really want us to be innovative and try to come up with a whole business plan. Is that exactly what you're trying to do?
Yes.
Okay, I
Yes.
see.
That we're trying to develop a business plan
Mhm.
with. People might think the economy doing bad will actually affect them,
Mm-hmm.
but we're actually thinking of ways to benefit from them,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Well, that's
actually
true,
make
that's true,
money
right.
from what's going on.
Right.
So what ideas do you have?
Well, talking about the financial institutions, I feel generally people right now in this recession are very, very skeptical towards financial institutions. They don't trust them. No one trusts banks. People are skeptical about getting loans of actually, going to a bank, because banks right now, they all pull back in their spending. They don't give out loans. They are very, protective of themselves. Also, from what I see, in the news and what I hear on the streets, women are very, very not tolerant, but they are
Open.
less. No, they're open, but they're less, towards founding families because they're scared. They don't get pregnant as easily as they used to, because the future is not as bright as it used to be. So I think there are fewer pregnancies out there than there are,
And I believe there may be a lot more stay-home moms that might be willing to come out and try working during these tough times.
Right, because I think, especially the moms that are home, trying to raise their children, they no longer can afford that. They really have to go out there, so there are the already existing moms, they definitely need maybe, something where they can bring the child while they can go out to work, I mean, there's so plenty ideas out there, I think we can come up with something. Noop, what do you think?
Well, one thing I noticed is there's less people eating out. Instead, they're trying to find cheap groceries so they can make home-cooked meals.
Right?
That's true, no.
Another big one would be more use of public transportation, since people are not actually buying cars.
Yeah, it's true. Actually, the gas prices, they're soar right now.
Yeah,
they're
going high.
going out and going.
People travel less for leisure. That's another big one.
You're right. I mean, tourism has gone down
Badly.
a lot.
Yes.
I mean, that's not an industry.
I think business travel is also being cut off, more and more, and leisure travel, I think, is completely collapsing. And we can see this here in Miami. I mean, look at all the hotels, they're empty. I don't see any tourism happening.
Yes.
That's a good point.
Not to mention, foreclosures has just skyrocketed.
Yes.
Right.
I mean,
Mortgage-backed securities and all the crisis with that, that's definitely...
maybe there's a niche. Maybe we can find a way to try to make a profit off of that, or how can we help?
I think so. I'm positive. I mean, there's people so negative about this whole recession, but I think once we really do more research and have more of these brainstorming sessions, and also contact our departments, I think there must be a way of somehow making this whole thing.
You know what I was thinking? I think we should give an international aspect to this whole thing.
For sure.
Okay.
It is international. It's an international crisis. I mean, it's no longer U.S. based. It's
Exactly.
worldwide.
Christoph, correct me if I'm wrong, you will be traveling to Germany tomorrow, right?
Right, tomorrow.
Okay, so I would like to give you an assignment. I would need you to go over there and try to analyze the market as best as possible.
Oh, yeah.
And report to me and the others and the company to see what type of things are actually impacting that economy.
Yeah.
And how, what they're doing over there, how does that help us over here to actually develop a better business idea, a better business plan.
Right. And also, to increase its international aspect, we can ask our, branches in I think in India we have 2 branches.
Yes,
and in
we
Brazil.
have a couple of colleagues over there, yes.
We can definitely, right, and talk to them.
And
Well, that's a good idea. I'll definitely do that,
Okay.
and get back to you, preferably over like a video or something like this, video
Yes.
conference. We can do a video conference, and then I'll let you know what I
Okay.
found in Germany.
Oh, excuse me 1 second. Yes. Hello, Jose. Yes, hi. This is a call from Brazil. Yes, you will be reporting from Brazil? Yes, what we had discussed earlier, the different impacts that they have over there. Okay? Alright, thank you. I just received confirmation. We will be receiving a news update on what's going on over there and how the economy is being affected,
Great.
as this is an international affair.
Totally.
Okay?
All right.
Alright, we expect to hear from you then, Christoph,
Will
from
do.
Germany,
Will do.
and we'll keep in touch of what's going on in India as well as Brazil.
Perfect. Great.
Okay? Thank you all for meeting.
I think I'm very
Okay,
positive about
pleasure.
this. I think we definitely come up with something great.
Okay, great.
Perfect.
Perfect.
All right. See you later.
Bye.
My name is José Eduardo Ferreira, and I'm reporting from Brazil for the Ultimate Geniuses Group. As opposed to several other countries, Brazil and its economy actually flourished during the worldwide recession. It was able to take advantage of several opportunities that arose when more powerful countries were struggling. That's not to say that the recession hasn't had a negative impact on the country. Several people have lost their jobs and have yet to find new ones. These same people have had to drastically change their lifestyles, but for the most part the repercussions haven't been as severe as those in the US. The truth is, many of the current changes to the American way of life were already a reality for most Brazilian families, as a vast majority already live in poverty. The recession has served to further widen the gap between the rich and the poor and increase the number of impoverished people in the nation. Currently, 5% of the population own 90% of the nation's wealth, so it is safe to say that the lives of these 5% have been impacted very little. However, the middle class has been affected very severely, and the repercussions can be seen throughout the country. An example of which is, similarly to the US, there has been a huge increase in public transportation. Several families can no longer afford to own cars and use alternative means of transportation. These families have also become adept of buying in bulk. This saves money not only with the discounts that come from buying in large quantities, but also avoids the cost of a return trip to the market. There has also been a huge increase in the purchases of generic medicines as brand name medications have become too expensive. An increase in the number of churches built to accommodate the rising number of church followers has occurred. When times are tough, Brazilians rely very heavily on religion. There has also been an increase in security as the amount of robberies has increased as a great deal with the rise of unemployment. As can be seen, even the negative impacts of the recession can be turned into positives, and Brazil is definitely one of the more interesting countries for a company to keep an eye on.
Hi everyone in Miami. I am in Germany right now. I got here safely, and by just being here for the last 2 weeks, I do notice that a lot of people on the street seem to be less spending, especially when it comes to groceries, especially when it comes to eating out. And I do get the feeling that people like to stay in, especially on the weekends and during the weeks, and making home-cooked dinners and using the produce and using the groceries they do have in-house. So people go to the supermarkets, they buy food, and they try to buy food for the whole week, and therefore avoid going back to supermarkets to spend more money and avoid also going to restaurants. So I think us as a company, we could definitely try to take advantage of that by making sure people have an idea and being creative using groceries and produce they have in-house. and also being creative by using things that they haven't thought of. They could incorporate in a recipe and in some sort of food creation. So I think this is something we could definitely work with. I don't know what you think, and I don't know what you think, especially in India or in Brazil, as well as in Miami. So let me know about your thoughts and get back to me, all right? What do you say?